Taxes suck. So if there's some ways that you can control, lower, reduce your taxes, even now and down the road, wouldn't you want to know? In this episode, we're going to go over a couple ways that you can actually reduce, control, and minimize your taxes now and in the near future. My name is Jonathan Mason, aka Johnny Mason in Place, Money Mace as they call it. And today we're going to go over a couple ways you can actually control your taxes. Rules of the affluent is to control everything but own nothing. But when it comes down to taxes, you want to control that because you have a lot of money coming in, or maybe your income is going to go up. And the worst thing you can do is have Uncle Sam say, hey, the more you make, the more I'm going to keep. Now, you want to say the more you make, the more you keep. So I'm going to help you use some of the codes that are available to us today, the tax codes, to put more money back in your pocket and stay in your pocket. So when it comes to taxes, I'm not going to get into tax details and all the crazy stuff right now. What I want to get into is more along the lines of just the basics of how taxes work. There's a tax now bucket, which we'll talk about later. The two buckets that most people are familiar with are the tax deferred and the tax free. Let me explain. Tax deferred means you don't pay tax now, you're going to pay tax when? Down the road, later. So you put money into these accounts, whether it's a 401k, IRA, 403b, TSP, 450, any of these codes that you don't pay tax now, so it lowers your income as far as taxable income this year. You put into this big account, okay? Then it's going to, I have a shapeable marker here, right? Then it's going to grow to this big number here. And then at the age of 72, by age 72, we have this thing called RMDs, required minimum distribution, where they're forcing you to start taking this money out. It grows in a small percentage, then eventually gets higher and higher and higher, where eventually all of this, all the growth, everything is taxed at ordinary income brackets. Now, in your opinion, do you think taxes are going up or down in the future? Legally, we can't say, but it's your opinion. If you think they're going to be going up, that means by you putting all your money into your 401k, your IRA, your 403b, your TSP, all you're really saying is that you're going to be paying a higher tax on more money. Why are you doing that? But, oh, that's what everyone else does. Well, most people in this country are broke, so stop doing what everyone else does. Well, John, what do the affluent guys do? What do the rich people do? Well, there's a reason why the rich get richer is because they stay rich and they understand certain things that middle America doesn't want to look at. So let me give you an idea about a couple things here. Another bucket. This is the tax-free, the tax advantage, the tax-exempt bucket. All that means is you have to pay tax. This one you're paying tax later. This one you're going to pay tax now. But the money you're putting into that bucket, it's going to grow, compounding, right? It's going to grow up. Now, when you take the money out, done the right way, we have to say, done the right way, when you take the money out of this account, you don't have to pay tax. You've already paid your tax. Three options. Municipal bonds, munis as they call them. They're not really earning a lot right now, but it is an option when it comes to taxes. It's a good option. Anything Roth 401k, Roth IRA, Roth 403b, anything's Roth. Came out in 1998, got approved by Congress, 1998, by Senator Roth up in Delaware. Now, the challenge with the Roth is that if it's in a securities product, you can still lose money. You have to be a certain age to access. You can take certain numbers back. It's all it is just a tax bracket. But if you make too much money, you can't even establish it. I'm not getting into, listen, so the smarty pants on here, what about a backdoor and stuff? We're not getting into that episode. But yes, there are ways of getting into a Roth later once you already have things established if you make too much money. But to establish something, if you make too much, you can't get it. So what's the third option? You have three options. They call it the rich man's Roth. Life insurance. Permanent life insurance. Not at your job, not at your State Farm, right? There's a permanent type of plan, and it's not a final expense policy for $30,000 of coverage. It's not that kind of plan. There's permanent life insurance policies that you can build up tax-free cash. It's growing tax deferred, but it's excess tax-free, no taxes. Meaning, let me shake my marker again. The money grows, and then when you take it out, you only have to pay tax on what was already in. Just this. So in your common sense opinion, do you want to pay tax on this or that? You have to pay tax. Seed or the harvest. Just saying. If you want to have some ways to control taxes, this is obviously a bird's eye view. We can get into more details. Stop doing it the regular way. There are some ways that you can control, minimize your taxes and pay less tax now and less taxes in the future using different types of insurances. If this piqued your interest and you want to find out more, please feel free to DM me, message me. It's at John Mason Money, Jon Mason Money Also, johnmasonmoney.com. With that being said, have a great day and talk to you soon.